Hi and welcome to Great British Churches. Today's video is at Keddington Church, which is all the way over by Haverhill, which is about as far west in Suffolk as you can get, and it's also on the apex between Suffolk, Essex and Cambridgeshire. Unfortunately, something went awry with the sound when we were recording this video, which is why I'm having to do a voiceover. But this is a very, very interesting church, and it really is well worth a visit. It is up there on my top 5. It might actually be #1 church that I absolutely love. It has got so much, and it's the reason why this video is so long, because it just gives you everything. It really is well worth the visit. It's known locally as the Westminster Abbey of West Suffolk, and this is how special it is. It really is. So I'll leave you now to enjoy the video. Unfortunately, there is a little bit there without any sound, but bear with it. It does get better. Thank you. We've just been inside and had a chat with the vicar. There are people here today. So I'm just going to go out around here and you just see the lovely window that obviously has been replaced at some point. It's fairly new. And then you can see that the tower actually has a very fine stair turret there. And we've got some lovely flying buttresses. The churchyard is in very good, neat order. It's absolutely beautiful. And I've got some amazing gravestones here. You know, you just look at that one over there with the angel. Right, I'm using a different camera stick today. So, oh, and look at that little door there. I don't know what that door's for. It's probably to get into the tower. But on the other side of the wall there are benches that were for the local school. So this could be the door that would allow the children to go into the church. But I'll show you that when we get inside. You can see that there's a checkerboard flushwork there. Now it's actually a 14th century tower. You can see you've got that bell opening up there. It hasn't been messed about with, I should say. There's a funny, it looks like a wooden clothes peg on the side of the church there.
I think that's for the flagpole.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
They've done the flag. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be the, yeah, it'd be the cleat.
Yeah,
Cleat.
Cleat, yeah.
I can't think of the word for that for the moment.
But look at that wall now. There's the history. Look at the bits and bobs in there. There's tile. There's bits of everything. There's a stone in there with something written on it, a brick. That's been set up there. It's just, I just find this one stunning.
It is.
And a lovely little sundial thing on the corner there.
Oh, yep, yes, little scratch dials.
Have a look at that.
Just get up there. I've got rather a long stick today, so I don't know how close I'll be able to get in, but you can see that there's a little scratch dial there. It's barely there. Now, there is somewhere a little gable of some sort, I've read. Oh yes, look at that. Now that is, it's a little bit windy here today.
I'll apologise for that.
So it's at the butt that shelters a lump of a stone. So you can see there's a stone there, and it was probably an effigy for the Lord of the Manor, John de Novo, Mercato. So, sorry, I'm trying to keep this camera as still as I possibly can, but it is quite windy. which is a shame really, because it's such a glorious day. But just look at that. It's beautiful, but it's nothing compared to what's inside the church.
Oh, this one is a banger, isn't it?
It is. I am not going to give anything away for the moment. Right, we're just going to walk around here. So this is the north side of the church. I would come here last summer and I didn't actually come out this side. But this, like I say, is a manorial church. There's another little interesting door there.
Isn't this the door, Mel, that we think it's either this one or one up this end?
It's that one there, I believe.
Right.
It's the one that the Barnstons would have used when they come to church.
Because it's that field to our left, isn't it, where they said where the hall had stood.
Yes.
Until whenever.
So there must be a gate, or there would have been a gate in that wall there. Just turn around.
There is down the bottom now. I did look at it last year.
Yeah, so beyond those trees there is the field. And the lady that we spoke to last year said that if you were lucky enough to go up into the tower and look out on that field, you could make the outline out of the old hall there. Mm-hmm. So, and this is the churchyard here. Now this here, I'd never seen it on this side. It's quite charming. There's a little bridge.
It's almost like a moat, isn't it?
It is. It is just like a moat. It must be a moat of some, I don't know, would it? Church wouldn't have a moat, would it? But you've got this absolutely charming little door. So,
and this is where the posh folk from the big house would have come in.
Yes, yeah, this is the Lords of the Manor door. So they would have come in here, and there is a family pew, a manorial pew in the church. And this here, that would have allowed them to go into the church without being seen by the rest of the congregation. And I'll show you why when we get inside.
Oh yes, this is going to be a treat. Keep an eye on the time, because we might have to do this in 2 parts now.
We probably will have to do this in 2 parts.
This one is a banger.
There is so much to see here. And just look at all those tomb chests.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
A lot of money here, isn't there?
There is, absolutely. You know, even little tiny ones here, look. You know, it is, as Paul would say, it's a banger.
Probably full of stockbrokers now, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know much about the people that live here. Is that the no, it's a graveyard there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an extension to it.
Yeah. So we've got more graves through that.
Interesting, the vicar said that he's just met with somebody who's actually bought a plot over there.
Yes. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to my death that I want to go and choose a plot. I don't want to be buried, to be honest.
No.
Mind my stick.
I'm watching your stick all the time.
Yeah, please do, because I am trying my very best to stop the camera from wobbling. See, and there's more tomb chests there. Where are we? Oh, we're over here. Alright. Woo! It is windy. I haven't got any done.
No. But they look like the rabbits are a little less
yes.
numerous here.
And there's some more tomb chests there. They've been there a while. They're all sunk. Now, I'm going to show you something. And it's over here. Now, this church is full of symbology. And it's full of skulls. I don't know if you can see on the end of that tomb chest, there's a skull. And there's a big theme of that going on in this church. And as I've mentioned on previous videos, it is a reminder to those that are standing there looking that your time is coming. You know, we might be alive today, but at some point we are not going to be.
Was there a church we looked at the other day where there's something in Latin which says, I'm here now, but you're going to be here shortly?
Yeah, there was, and I can't remember what one it was that we done. But just look at that tomb chest over there. That is, I'm just going to take you up there because I just think that is so beautiful. If you're going to bury me, I'll have something like this.
Yeah, I'm sure they got an idea.
He would as well. Right. That is just absolutely amazing. So we're going to go into the church now. There are people there. I will try my best not to film them. So we're just going to go in there. Then there's the war memorial here. We got both wars on there. To the glory of God and in grateful memory of the men of Kedington who gave their lives for the honour and safety of their country in 2 world wars, 1914 to 1919, 1939, 1945.
Yeah.
It's always sad to see.
Yeah.
So we're now going to go into the church and have a look. So the clock up there was probably made in Braintree around 1729. So apart from it looking a bit weathered now, it's doing rather well. So
was it keeping good time?
I didn't actually notice, to be honest. So we're just going into the church. Now the body of the church is 13th century to early 14th century.
Hi, and we enter the church. We just had a word with the vicar, and he's sort of talked about some of the stonework being replaced. Even the woodwork up there, it's got 1751 on the date at the top of it. As you can see, it's weathered a bit, but these gates and doors are at least 15th century. And this church porch, along with loads of, is absolutely full of graffiti. Look at this. I mean, we've got 1991, but there's lots of this. It's very old, and it's one of the great things of any church is you look in and you can see people in the past have, there we go, 1783 there from somebody called R. Cornwall. But isn't this beautiful? But look at that door, isn't it gorgeous? And look at the step, how worn that has been with thousands of feet. That is elm, that door, I would imagine. And we come in. Now, looking at this, these are steps for the children of a school that was here. Paid for by, I think, the Barnardstons. Have you ever looked at the right there? Look, the little steps that help little feet climb up those big steps. And there's more the other side of the church, the other side of this wooden thing, which has got a kitchen and a toilet in it for modern times, but I can't think the name of it. But there's a beer for carrying coffins. If you can see,
17th century beer.
17th century, so
yeah,
1600 and something. That's what they put your coffin on, slid the handles out, and carried you across the cemetery.
This side, these benches here, they are for the boys.
Oh, this is the boys' side, right?
Yeah, because you've got the hat pegs.
Oh yes, let's have a look at the hat pegs.
And
there we go.
Picture of
and
the tower, or view from the tower there.
Gorgeous. Mel was saying that we think that field there is where the big house for the Barnardstons stood. I don't know when it was pulled down. What?
17. I do know the answer to that. 1780, I believe. I may be wrong on that.
It's been gone a long time.
Now, if you just have a look at this here, this would have been.
If that's just a wind blower, like.
Okay. This would have been for the headmaster of the boys.
Wow.
And it was faced this way so they could keep an eye on the children during the service and make sure that they weren't playing with a catapult or whatever.
No. What, wasn't there something about the school here that was for orphans, or am I making that up?
I honestly don't know the answer to that one, but these are 18th century, so they were put in the 1700s.
Wow.
They probably were for orphans or boarding schools, something like that.
Just have a look of how this is a very agricultural sort of joinery to do this. And it changes as we head up towards the posh end.
It does.
You notice with this church, this is a manorial church, as we say. It's not really a parish church, although it is now. But it wasn't built that way. It was built for the family and their estate. I'm going to go around that way, I think, to have a look at these other steps. Okay. So over here, this must be the girls' side then.
This is the girls' side.
Wow. There we go. We've got some of the family tree.
That's some of the Barnstons and Keddington Church, by the looks of things.
But isn't that charming, Mel? How those little steps are worn out. You can imagine the little feet not being able to step up. It says on here, keep off it because it's wobbly. Well, it would be if it's been there for 300 years or more.
Yeah.
But right, because this is. Am I better handing the camera to you, Mel? Because you know more about these box pews.
Because all I'm doing is walking around you, trying to avoid getting on there.
Do you want to have a quick view of the missus?
No. This face is not suitable for camera. I would not want to give kids nightmares.
But this church, I mean, it just assaults the senses as soon as you walk in.
It is. You've got Decalogue boards.
Look at that.
Every church has got Exodus on there because it is the Ten Commandments. You know, and these.
Or a bit of a taster there. If you look up there, that is a Station of the Cross. They've put them back in here because, like, this church would have been built obviously as a Catholic church. Well, it predates it, doesn't it? We know it's there's a hypocaust under here in the crypt, and this predates Christianity. This site has been used for a very, very long time.
Right, now if you have a look at this, Paul, you've got the family box pews there. They are they date from about the 17th century.
Yeah, I'm looking, but there's a big board there.
17th century. You're letting your...
I'm being over...
being wandered.
It's wandering. It wanders a lot here because this is just...
Now, to tell you about this church is going to be very, very confusing because there are so many Thomases and so many Elizabeths. They all have the same name. But, right, okay. Now, if Paul can just...
Point your finger and I'll point your camera.
I've got something even better.
Oh, yes, is that?
Yes. Now, how do I get this to work? Here we've got the skulls. I think I might need a torch up there so to read that. You've got a cherub with a skull.
Yeah.
And then you've got one with a flaming torch.
A flaming torch. Maybe you could light it, we could see what it's written.
And there's a eagle. Is that an eagle, do you think?
Yep.
With the family arms there. Now I am teasing you, I know, because there are some really special things. Right. Can you read that, Paul, to read it?
No, I can't.
Well, it's for Sophia. I can see Sophia, Thomas, Nathaniel.
It's in Latin anyhow.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
so
Latin.
You've got Sophia, Thomas, Nathaniel there. Robert, Nathaniel, Samuel, Johannes, which I know is John. Elizabetha, which is going to be Elizabeth. 1707.
Wow.
Age 55, whoever that is.
Coming back.
I'm going to see if I've actually got anything down about that. Just blinded myself with a torch.
I like this new camera stick, mate. She's made it from a rotary washing line. It's amazing. Here we go. We've got one of the family pews that has been. It's got a good place for the kiddies. There's a lot of books here. There's a lot of books for sale, actually. Oh, font.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the pews, by the way, according to the diocesan, these are all 15th century, believe it or not. And you can see they've been hacked and chopped about.
You've got linen fold panelling here.
Yeah.
Which is typically Elizabethan Tudor period stuff. So we are talking 15th, 16th century.
More graffiti. Yeah. 1890, 1857.
Gridiron marks on here, and I cannot find anyone who can tell me what the gridiron marks are
they're
for.
anti-grip, they're to stop you slipping.
Do you think?
Yeah. Because if you imagine this font, one of the things, can I just add something?
If you must.
Because the vicar just saying to us, because this is a family church, it escaped a lot of hacking about. It's why, have a look across here. You can see this place is just a riot.
It is.
I mean, back in the Catholic days, all these walls would have been painted, and you can see evidence still of wall paintings up there.
Yeah, there is, and we will be coming to that as we go round. But this is a very worn 15th century font, and you just think of all the babies that have stood here. You know, it's...
And we didn't realise until really recently. Can you imagine having a baby in the midwinter, January, February, and they used to dunk the whole baby in that font, the whole lot, the whole poor child. You think, crikey, if that didn't.
Do you want to come back here? Because I just want to point out this. Now, this is trompe l'oeil, best explained as trompe l'oeil, and it's on all of the pillars.
Oh yes, I hadn't noticed that before.
It's painted. It's not carved, it's not anything like that. It is just purely painted decoration, and it is on all of the pillars.
That's incredible, isn't it? It goes right down there.
Yeah,
that is.
And this font has been here quite a while because it's actually joined to this pillar.
Yes, it is.
It's joined put to this pillar, and it's actually been
chiseled in.
Chipped away at. And here we have got
graffiti. There's some cracking graffiti.
1853 or 55.
1857.
Yeah.
1890.
And this is done in pencil, this one.
This is school kids, isn't it?
I don't know, that one looks quite an adult one.
There's more over here. Look at this. Look at these. How these little this is, I mean, look at this. I mean, that would have had a purpose, that little seat there. I mean, if look how it all goes.
Yeah.
It all, how your hierarchy, how you were. Look at that, we've got lots of 1850s, 1858.
Now, when we were outside, I did mention that the roof line had been altered. It had not had a clerestory added to this. That would have brought in so much light.
Yes.
But I did say that there was 3 skylights put in the Victorian era.
Yes, they are. Let's have a look up there.
And like I said, outside, it's a Marmite thing, whether love them or hate them. I personally don't like them.
I don't. They're flat glass.
They're horrible, but they do put light into here, which I can imagine with everything going on would have been very, very dark.
Especially in winter. Here we go, we have another big box pew. This one has got shelving and a book thing to put your books on, look, and a little shelf.
I love these family pews, but I can imagine a little boy in shorts in the middle of winter, and he's got his catapult in his back pocket, and his dad has warned him not to do it. Anyway, Paul, I want you to walk backwards now.
Walking back, reversing. Yeah.
I need you to turn that way.
Yeah.
To this.
Helps. Wow.
Now, out of all the monuments I have seen on all these church videos, this is my favourite.
This
is, to me, it's them in some sort of grand London theatre box.
Yeah, look at that, can't you?
And they're bored.
Look at that.
They're bored at whatever they're seeing.
She's popping out of that, isn't she? That's it. Look at him. Look, would you go to a theatre and take your helmet with you, a skull?
And he's in his best armour. But look at that lace collar. And she's got some elaborate lace work there as well.
Yeah.
The gown on that person is absolutely spectacular. And again, we've got the skulls. And
that's to remind you, isn't it?
Yes.
Like we said outside, 1653 apparently.
So, in the adjacent vault are deposited the bodies of the honourable, most religious and, I can't read that word, patriot ornament of his country, Sir Nathaniel Barnston, knight, and most virtuous Dame Jane, his wife, daughter of St Stephen, son of Little Thurlow in Suffolk. Knight, is that Knight that?
Yeah.
KG?
Yeah.
Sometime Lord Mayor of London, 8 sons, 2 daughters, Thomas, and it just goes on and on. It lists all the children.
And it's in English, which is unusual.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because you've got to go through the whole family tree.
Yeah.
You've got Stephen, who died infant, John, who died unmarried,
Palatia, I think.
Who married Martha, daughter of Richard Turner of Totterley. Todderley. I have never heard of it.
Who died unmarried.
He died unmarried. Arthur, who married Mary, daughter of Sir Richard Lloyd. It's just really, we're doing so well and our children are marrying well.
Yeah.
And Sir Nathaniel died on the 25th day of July, 1653. And Dame Jane died the 17th day of August, 1669.
Wow.
But you just look at all of the carving that is around that.
Right in the middle of the interregnum as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got all the coats of arms that would have been mentioned in that. And
an amazing skull there.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine sitting in that pew, look, and that you stand up sharp, you get some of his teeth in the back of your head.
Well, it's probably why there's not many teeth on it.
That is true, yeah. Dentistry in the 16th, 17th century was poor.
Yes.
Right, I'm walking forward. Have I permission to walk forward? I've got a hand on my back and there we go, we're walking forward.
Well, you do go a little bit quick, my lovely.
Yeah, these little box pews, they're just gorgeous.
I wonder if they use now. They must be, because
yeah, they have to. There's nowhere else. Well, there's those 15th century open ones, but these, I mean, come on, look at this.
But you just look at the hinges, the metal hinges on here.
Oh, it is amazing.
You know, and you just think of all the people that sat here. Now, I don't know how a family pew would have worked. Would they have purchased this or purchased the right to sit in the same one every week?
I think there was money involved, yeah.
Yeah.
Because these go back to Catholic times, don't they? Let's be honest. And,
you know, I don't quite know how they work. Perhaps somebody out there can tell me, because, you know...
Leave us a comment.
Yeah, please do, because I really don't know. I assumed that you paid your 5 shillings a year or something, and you had the right to sit in that same pew every Sunday or every...
And they would have been handed on, wouldn't they? Families to families. Shall we go up to the end of this? What's this bit called?
Well, this is the North Aisle.
North Aisle. There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful window.
You're missing your favourite detail.
Oh, I know. This has got a humdinger of a rood screen, or it did have. There we go. There is the stairs going up now to nowhere.
Yeah.
But look how tiny that is. Those steps are about... They're no more than a foot across. You must have had a small child.
If you look at where them steps go, they would have curled round and come up. And then you've got this.
That monument, that monument was later than that,
That's
hasn't it?
been put there to block that exit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I could imagine there's a little 6-year-old. You'd have loved to have climbed that.
I'll tell you what, I'm itching to do it now, but I know I won't fit through that bloody hole. That's the trouble. Picture.
So, hang on a minute, we've got to talk about this.
Right, I'm talking. Right, I am pointing, you talk.
Right, so this is obviously blocking the exit for the road screen there. And it's Sir Philip Skippon Knight. And he married Amy, I can't see what her name is, of Francis Brewster. Suffolk, it's very warm.
Skipton, I can say.
I think that's the name there, my lovely. Skippon. Skipton's up in Yorkshire, isn't it?
Skipton, aye.
Or is that a fictional thing
No.
in Emmerdale?
No,
I don't watch it, so I don't know.
Now you got the Skipton Building Society.
So he's deceased August the 8th, 1691. So like Paul said, that would have been put up. I don't know.
bit just after. That's Charles II.
Dowsing made his way through here, well, not particularly here, in 1643, where he'd have ripped it down. So it might be that was put up there because they had a flipping hole in the thing.
Yeah.
And they had nothing to do. They just didn't know what else to do, so they put that there.
And the young sons of Wingfield were going up them steps and falling out for a... Well, we often see it, don't we, in churches? There's just a hole in the wall and you think, health and safety haven't copped that one yet.
Our grandson, he fell out of one at close height,
that's true, didn't he? But he's good at that. Just looking at that pew end up there, look, just having a look on there, how that...
Yeah.
No, hang on a minute. I've got to get my pointy finger right.
Feel that?
Yeah. See that? Look, it's an old pew end there with a poppy head top, and it's just been nice bit of wood. Well,
they didn't waste anything.
I mean, look at it, and it's just been
added the thing in. About all this, you can see that all these pews have been made out of bits and pieces of other buildings, or
I mean, look at this one here.
But you're missing another bit of your favourite.
What am I missing?
Give me the pointer.
You found a spile, haven't you, or something? No.
Found that.
Oh, what we got? What have we got?
Medieval painting.
There we go. Look at that.
But we don't know what it is, but it's medieval painting.
You know, because all churches of the time, you'd have been full of them, but depending on how rich you were, and this is a rich church.
And as you stand here, you can actually see that wall is not. Oh, right, the walls are not straight anyway, but these walls are not straight. There is something there that's behind. Can you see the flaming earth? So it's been badly
I would
filled
imagine.
In.
Probably that's the Rudolph. Because this, do you want to talk about this box yet?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? This is a gorgeous, scrumptious, this is one of the so rare things you'll find anywhere in the country anymore. This
is another thing that makes this church, to me, I think this has got to be up there for me in my top 5 church.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm going to open the door. Follow me, because you'll get me on there.
I'm following.
I know one needs to see this, but on TV, I'll tell you.
Right.
It's going to be thinning out next week.
Look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
This is the Barnston Memorial. Memorial.
Yeah, not memorial.
It was built around 1610.
How's about that then?
So I'm going to let Paul sit there and be Lord of the Manor for once.
Okay.
And you can see you've got the exquisite turned things. You can see on the other side there you've got the turned...
Yeah, I can't think what they're called. Like, what are they called on the stairs?
Columns.
Columns, yeah, we'll call them columns. But
and they're supporting a flat panelled ceiling, and you just look at that ceiling above you.
That is absolutely, because can I say it?
Go on.
This box is actually made out of the rood screen. Now, the rood screen would have gone across. We saw the little stairs.
It's actually made out of the Parco's screen, not the rood screen.
Oh, the Parco screen, but
The Parco screen is similar, but it's very different to a rood screen. Rood means crucifixion or cross, and you would have had the crucifixion of Christ above the rood screen.
Yep.
A Parco screen would sort of be like for a Chantry chapel or something like that.
Because is there evidence of a Chantry chapel here? No, I don't think there is in the history, is there?
There's something over there I believe is a Chantry chapel because it's got railings.
It's got railings. Well, we'll work our way around that.
We're not going to give too much about this church away.
No.
Now just have a look at that amazing tracery to your left.
To my left. Up here?
Yeah. Now I bet you're wondering what that little thing is sticking out there.
There. There, yeah.
Do you know what that is?
I think that's the thing. Put your hats on, isn't it?
It is to put your hats on, because men are not allowed to wear hats in church. Women are allowed to wear bonnets, but men aren't.
I've never worn a bonnet.
You know, but you imagine seeing these Elizabethan men and their women and the children, and they come in here, they're all in their silk and taffeta. They would have had the big hat with the feather in. They would have had the big shoes with the buckles on it. And they come in here and they sit in here.
Yeah.
Now, you did actually getting there a bit too quick because I'd like you to sort of show what would happen when they come through there.
Right, yes.
Here.
Because this is...
Because this was done so that the congregation could not see them.
See, that's the door we saw on the outside of the church in the earlier part, which led across. There would have been a path and a gate going across to the big house way over there. Now, if you're sitting in this box, one of the things that grabs you is the levels of it. If we look around, you are cut off from the hyperlight. Now, this box was made...
so you look at that screen part of it there.
Yeah.
That is quite high. So when you're sitting down and the congregation is sitting down,
they can't see you.
You can't be seen. You can't see them either, which is probably more important. We've got
the steps at the back of the church there where the school children were, and the girls down that side. You couldn't really see in here. Now, don't forget, all of this woodwork is made out of stuff that was built for when the church was Catholic. It's a Protestant Anglican church now. So you're looking at the pulpit, which is a triple decker.
And Paul, look at this. These are the hat pegs here on this post. Look.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, those ones that just there.
Yeah.
Because there's even one.
I think actually I was a bit mistaken. I don't know what that method. It might be a hat peg as well. What do you think?
I think it probably is. I think they'd have hung stuff up there because these people were posh. These were like next step down from Knights of the Garter. Just notice that wooden bit above the new kitchen and toilet up there. That's quite old.
Gallery.
Right, I'm going to step out of here because it's even carpeted. Yeah. Let's have a look in this one as well, you see.
I don't know if it would have been carpeted in the 1600s.
Oh, no, not with that, no.
I don't think they knew what carpet was.
No, well, not from carpet, right?
Just look at the glorious... It's just even this. It's just amazing. Look at the hinges. Those hinges...
And
there's another door there to get into the other half.
Possibly 400 years old. Right, I'm going to sweep round this way.
Yeah.
Right, you keep talking, Mel, because I'm now...
You're out of things to say, aren't you?
No, I've always got things to say. There's actually even the picture here, look, of the dedication to the memorial we saw in the churchyard just now. See, you've got a fella, look at the moustache on him. That is something else in it. The unveiling of...
behind that little curtain on to your left?
On my left. Shall I?
Go on.
It's the safe.
Okay, now we've got an absolutely wonderful window up here. And it just says along the bottom, to the glory of God and in memory of Margaret Turner Turnbull, who passed to her rest on February the 29th, 1948, erected by her husband, Canon William Hogarth Turnbull, rector of this parish.
Yeah.
That's glorious. And I'll tell you what, I bet when I go, you won't do that for me.
Oh, I can do better than that. We'll see what IKEA have got.
And then you've got, if you turn to the left...
I'm turning to the left. What am I looking at?
The gentleman that erected that wonderful window in memory of his wife has
there
a
he is.
there.
There
and
is.
he's rector of this parish for 23 years.
Wow. I think this could have... there's something that's happened. There's been a bit of piddling about with the stonework.
Yeah.
More graffiti. Look at this.
And you look at this, look. There's something going on here because it's red.
Oh, this is old wall painting.
And
right.
But you look here. You've got a flower of some sort.
Yeah.
You've got something that's going around that arcade arch.
That is.
And then there's a pattern of going up here like that. Look, there's a curve.
It's nearly lost, but I can get the camera right up high there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow.
You see,
this is medieval wall painting at its best.
Well,
not at its best,
you've got more graffiti here as well.
Well, no, I've got the post.
But I also want you, my darling,
to
go around the other side of the manorial pew.
Right.
This is something very special.
I know what you're going to say. Oh. I've seen it on the BBC. Right, let's go. Follow me. Watching the steps.
You're not Richard O'Brien, my love.
Richard O'Brien, who was he? Oh, I can't get through that way.
Crystal Maze.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Well, hang on. We're only 6 minutes in. We're all right. I'm not going to lose me crystal. Oh, box. 15th century chest there for putting your vestments in.
Yeah.
gorgeous. You'd think you'd want to look after your vests, would you? But oh, did we do the ceiling? Let's just give it an image from the church down.
Yeah, we did talk
and
about
look at that. The skylights, but the roofs in here are amazing.
But look along there, look.
Yeah, I've got you.
That edging along there. Now, this ceiling is obviously going to be a bit older than this. This, I think they call a false hammer beam.
This, yes, it is, because there's no actual hammer beam there.
Yeah.
It would have come down from that bit there and like that.
Yeah, I think they call that a false hammer beam.
Right.
And when we were talking to the vicar, I did notice that if you stand, these arcades actually look like they lean that way.
They both lean outwards. I noticed that.
Yeah.
They do. They are, I mean, the technical term for it is on the wonk. but
again, you've got more
pews
here with linen fold panelling.
These are 15th century pews, according to my research. Actually, my research is getting a bit crumpled. Now,
here we've got the trapdoor.
Yes, this is the trapdoor down to the crypt.
And the
hypercourse. There's a Rome, because this is a Roman site. We think, I've read somewhere that they believe Mithras. So this site has been used for worship of one form or another for a very, very long time. And there's tons and tons of bits of Roman knickknacks in the church. I mean, you go up the road to Colchester, every church has got a bit of Roman in it, isn't it? Yeah. Nice bunny box.
If we go up to the other side of this manorial pew, you'll notice there's no door on this side. So no one, the hoi polloi, the agricultural labourers, whoever, can get to the Barnstons, the lords of the manor. That look.
Oh, this is. I could weep. Honestly, I could weep. No. Just quickly, look. Just stand here, where the inkwell. When me and my wife went to school, that was where your inkwell sat, and the ink went all around it.
I'm not that old.
Oh, yeah.
I did used to have a biro.
I had a Parker quill, right? But let's have a look at these panels, because these panels are made up. What did you call it? It's not a rood screen.
Parcos.
Parcos. So really, what this was a screen from the Catholic era, which segregated the church. I mean, let's have a look. There was a rood screen up there. We can see the stonework for it.
The rood screen is still there.
That's that there.
It is this bit here.
And that's the rood. There's the cross on top.
That is the rood.
I overheard somebody say it's one of only about half a dozen churches in the country that's got that cross in that position.
Yeah, it's because you had the Reformation. You'd have had Dowsing come through. He, for some reason, didn't seem to come here.
Do you know why? The vicar said it.
Why?
It's because the Barneston family, they said, right, you've turned up at my manorial church. These are my people, and people were like slaves. F off, chap, and you know, as you would. So they've left us here, and these panels had pictures of saints on them. How many got?
These were only discovered or rediscovered in the 1930s. Now you just look here. I've just noticed him. Look at his face.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And that is actually carved.
And we've got birds, look, and but all these panels would have had a saint in them. Yeah. And they've been scratched away.
I don't know. Look, they've got a pattern.
Yes, yeah.
So they probably would not have had a saint in there.
But if they were, I don't know what. I mean, Dowsing was the royal visit. I'm just going to move this chair a bit. Do it with what? That's just what it says on that chair. Sorry. Oh. The Hall Pew of the Barnardiston family, built 1610. Yes, but if you see these panels, they've been scratched out. Somebody's come here and physically removed these pictures, because
I don't know if they have. I think, from what I've read, these were rediscovered in 1930. Yeah. So someone may have come in here and painted over them. Oh. And this is probably why.
They're scratchy.
And they've come in, they've restored it, they've seen a bit of colour, and I've gone, we'll carry on. And they've restored it. But you see, you've got all the colour here. This, when it was built, would have been an assault on the senses, colour-wise. Yeah. Really would. You've got the reds and the greens, and there's blues down here.
And this was expensive colours. Do you know, I read somewhere that it cost a farmer £5 in the 1910s to paint a farm cart red, because they always used to, it was a mark of honour for a farm to have a red cart.
Yeah.
So you can imagine these pigments, what it would have cost.
Look here, I don't know why that's swirly. I don't know if that's...
I think that looks like the grain of the wood, I would imagine.
I think it is. So that might be walnut or something, but, you know, you just got this big gouge here, you know.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean...
And here is your...
There is a picture of the crypt, which is below our feet. As you can see, there's lots of coffins.
Yeah.
And down there is the Roman hypocaust, which was the central heating system.
Yeah.
For the temple of, we think, Mithras, but I will stand corrected. If you know better, just leave a comment for us. But as you can see, there's the supports up there. The screen would have come across here. Yeah, there's a choir up there singing behind all this lot.
This screen is a rood screen. And it's very special because not only is it a folding rood screen,
yes,
so you can come right across.
There's a bit of the panelling there, look.
Yeah, you've got a bit of the rood panelling there. And then, oh look.
Yes.
Got another part of...
There's another stairway, and that's an exit. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
That must come out from another stairway. Somewhere in there's a little stairs.
It would have had a bigger rood screen in here.
Yeah.
But this one has got a date on it, and I've got to find it.
Yeah, you look, you be looking. I'm going to look at this incredible panelling. This has had paintings on it. Look, you can see they've been scratched out.
And I've seen the steps for it.
The steps.
I'll tell you what,
Right.
I don't even think our grandchildren could climb it.
Let's have a look. Oh Lordy, can you see that in there? Look. How about that? And that goes in. Little steps, and they are worn. Look where the little feet have been all over the years. So that's been...
Imagine how tiny you would have to have been.
Yeah, that's brick around it. That's been narrowed. You can see the old...
Yeah,
that white piece is the old...
not very big.
No. And they were choir, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, I did say that this screen had got a date on it. Now, I hope you're good at reading back to front.
Okay.
Are you good at reading back to front?
Yep.
1619.
1619, so...
1619.
So somebody's carved that bit in there, but that screen's older than that, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I would assume that it was carved and it was put in there when it was carved.
Yeah.
I can't...
Because what I'm saying is we're post-Reformation, because rood screens, they say, came out sort of in the time of Edward, wasn't it? After Henry VIII.
I don't... Well, if that's what you're saying, then this is right. But there's been a rood screen in here before.
Yeah. That
was bigger because you've got the stairs.
Yeah.
There's no way that opening up there could come out. And there's no way for anybody to stand here.
No, there's no massive stone supports up there at the front. We'll have a look when we go back round, but let's have a look. What's this bit called then now?
This is the chancel. So we just come out of the nave. We're now going into the chancel.
I always get that the wrong way around.
You do, don't you?
Yep.
I have to think, though. I do have to think.
I'm going to sit down for a moment. Another box pews. Look at this. Little place there for the choir to sit. Ooh, let's have a seat down. Look at that. Isn't that magnificent?
Mm-hmm. Now, on that east window,
yep,
above the reredos, there is the Saxon cross.
That there, yep.
Yeah. So what did you say it was, 8th century?
840s, they seem to think.
And you said that was probably a tombstone out in the graveyard?
No, it was a Saxon cross to mark the point of prayer for the early Christian church. So if we're 840s, we're in the middle of sort of the Viking raids and things like that. That's how old that is.
Well, churches were built for the altar. The altar was never put in a church. The church was always built for the altar.
Yeah.
Because the altar goes back to pagan times when they would sacrifice animals on the table or a high altar.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about keeping people, making sure people knew where they could come to church.
Mm.
So if they had a pagan or a Saxon area that would come to church, they would build the church there because
it's where people used to go.
It's where people used to go, and that was to keep up continuity.
Yeah.
So they would put in an altar, and the church is built as a cover to protect the altar.
Nothing more.
And nothing more. And we have these amazing buildings. You know, and then obviously they sort of say, well, we need to cover to stop people getting wet. But, you know, you look at these lovely communion rails. You know, it's lovely.
It is amazing. And
but we still got a couple of other little things in here, haven't we?
Yes.
That we haven't told you about
no,
yet.
No, we. This is a little church that keeps giving.
Stonework there in that panelling.
Yes.
This panelling is quite old. I'd say 16th, 17th century.
16th century, maybe 17th. No, they'll go 17th with that.
I'd say 16th, 17th century. But you just look at the tracery on that tracery. Oh, Tracy. On that window, Liz.
Yeah.
And then you've got the cusped columns either side of it.
Makes me think, if you look, those windows there, the stone is actually weathered. It's not chipped and that for a thing. It's actually got weather, and I think it's possible the windows are gone and they just weathered over time with no glass in them.
East window, medieval glass.
Yeah, there's little bits in there. Look. Yeah. We often find it. We usually find it in a church.
Yeah. Can't always say it's because it was bashed out by iconoclasts or
no, but isn't that Saxon cross amazing?
It is.
So
absolutely is.
More things. Sacred to the memory of the Reverend Barrington Bloomfield.
And then of course, Paul, we've got the priest's door here.
Oh, is that there? Oh yeah, we did see it from the other side of it. Yeah. So they can sneak in and sneak out.
And that was the thing. Everything is about secrecy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got the barnacles coming in and they can't be seen by anybody. You've got the priests coming in that can't be seen by them. So, you know,
the school kids.
You're sitting there and nobody can see anything.
No.
And the poor children, they've come here, and as you can see from the view, you can't see them. You can't see them.
They're hidden away at the ends of those aisles down there. But I'm going to turn left a minute. I'm just going to have another look at this. This is just stunning, amazing. Don't fall in the crypt.
I don't want to fall in the crypt.
If you don't survive, I'm not pulling you out.
Now we are going to get confusing.
Right, you talk. I'm going to keep my gob shut.
Do you want to talk about the pulpit first? Because that's next on my list.
Oh yeah, pulpit run.
And then we'll come back to this.
Right.
Now this is a 3-decker pulpit.
Let's open the hutch door.
It's open.
There we go. Look at that. So
now, as you can see, this is arguably the country's best, and is an early example, and it dates from around 1610. So the same time as the manorial pew, and just a little bit before that screen. But it's got an unusual layout. There's a reading pew with a cleric's desk, and it's in the front. And
there we go.
It stands beside the pulpit.
Oh, at the front. Let's go. Oh yes, there we go. Do you want to close the hutch door? There we go. Look at that.
And there you go, you've got the cleric's desk. Now, I hope he didn't get impassioned during the service and get up in a hurry, because he'd have banged his head.
He would have done, wouldn't he, look?
On the Bible slope there.
So that we get somebody who's incredibly short.
Yeah, but it looks like it might. Is it still being used? Because there's microphone stands in here.
Oh, yeah, that is, yeah.
But just look at the amazing carving that you've got there.
That is incredible. I wouldn't mind betting this is just sawn up like that was from bits of the old church.
Look at this door here. But just how smooth that is from all the hands that have opened that in the last
look at the hinges.
500 years.
Good Lord, look at that. It's just amazing. Let's close that.
Yeah. And then you've got a little bit of linen fold panelling here and there as well.
So it's been chopped up out of the old pews.
Look.
What am I looking at?
This bag. You've got hat stands.
Hat stands. Let's have a look.
Pegs.
Hat pegs. There we go.
There's some more there, but I think they're probably out of context. And there's a box there.
Yeah, there's a box. Let's go and have a look.
That might be to put his...
Hang on, it tells us here. Hang on a minute.
It says that
the 3-decker pulpit, early 17th century. There we go. And there's an hourglass, as there is in many churches.
And it wasn't until we started doing this I realised that there was hourglasses in churches.
Yes, yeah, if you can see that, there's your hourglass, so that everyone can see. So when the bloke goes, no, 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 and the poor vicar and the priest goes on and on and on and on. But isn't that amazing? Look at that bit of joy. And Mel said this before, look, and it stands on one leg like that. You almost think you're going to topple out of it. That is a wig stand. Because everyone had a wig.
Especially in the 1600s.
And how smooth that is.
To wear wigs.
Yeah.
So if they got a bit hot, a bit impassioned about their sermon,
yeah,
there's somewhere to put their wig.
I'm wearing one now. Right.
Right, do you want to come back this way?
I've got to come this way. Right.
Come back this way.
Coming through.
Come back this
Hang on.
way. We're going to talk about the pulpit.
I'm running all the way.
So the clerk's desk is there, and it's built into the range of pews. And it has its own hat pegs, as I've just shown it to you. The reading desk is long and narrow, with steps rising awkwardly right through it.
Yes, they do. Look, they do rise awkwardly right through it.
Now you imagine that you're sitting there, and the vicar wants to get to his pulpit.
Yeah.
But just look at the Bible.
Yes.
That Bible.
Let's go up and have a look.
If that isn't stolen, I've done it. I'm sorry.
There we go. Loads of books.
There's even a kneeler in there, look.
There you go. So you can, because can you imagine if you're in there and you've got to kneel to pray?
Yeah.
You're going to go head over apex down them steps, aren't you? So they've put that in. Right, we're back in.
So you've got the kneeler there and the book slope.
There we go.
Get in there?
Yeah, I can. Oh.
I know, it's difficult. Imagine being a vicar doing this.
Yes.
You see what they're collecting.
I've been a vicar here for 40 years. I need a stair lift.
Right, there we go.
And the octagon is hinged on two sides. So two panels are hinged.
Where's the other hinged one then?
It isn't, it's just two panels.
Oh,
Look,
two. Oh,
that's
I'm
the way
with you. I am with you.
I didn't explain it very well.
Right.
And then you look at the canopy.
Yes. That looks
canopy,
later.
The canopy probably would have stopped the voice going to the ceiling and so could be heard throughout the church.
Okay, I'm going to stand up in here actually because I can. And right, I'm on top.
You should.
I'm on top of that little.
I don't think you should.
Oh, I'm happy. Oh, it's a bit wobbly.
This is why I didn't think you should.
Right, good lord.
What's it like up there?
Amazing.
Do you feel like you are looking down on the congregation?
Right, let's have a look. I'm standing here.
Do you feel like you're separate?
Separate? Yeah, I've got all my minions down there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. We've got the school children over there and over there.
Can you see them?
Barely. You see the girls. Yeah. Probably don't want to see the boys because they're probably up to something. But look at all the box pews that everyone, just about everyone's separate. Not everybody, but let's have a look at the Barnardiston box. So you'd be up here preaching. You've got your candle down here. And you've got, yes, Lord Barnardiston. Blah, 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 blah. You've got everyone in there. Look how the sides are higher on some bits. Yeah. So people...
That one there...
I mean, this is a...
That one with the high sides, they might have had more money than the others. So
yeah.
Therefore they bought a higher one. For the same reason, they would want
yes, yeah.
a higher one. But they obviously hadn't got as much money as them.
No.
But they were probably slightly lower income bracket, so they could afford to have one of their own, but not as grand. But
you're a bit nearer the posh people, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, so over there, if you're in the schools and that, you've just about got what you're standing up in.
It's right that you rented a box for a year or whatever for 5 shillings or whatever it was.
Yes.
You would have paid more money to have had one at the front than the people would have had at the side or the back or... Yeah, but those ones at the back there, they would have been for the farm workers.
Yeah, well, I think they'd have been out here in the middle.
Well, I don't know, you look at those, they are very cramped together.
Yeah.
They're not a box pew, they're just an ordinary
They're
seat.
very old.
And considering that when a church was built originally, there wasn't any seats here. You stood.
Yeah.
And these were then added in the 14th, 15th centuries.
I'm coming out.
But I think they would have been for the working class, the agricultural labourers, the domestic servants.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, this is...
As you come towards the front, you would have had more money, more status.
Well, we've got people like Boris Johnson that want this world to reappear, don't they? Have a ruling class. And...
I don't think we need to be political.
Oh, I'm not getting political.
No, please don't, because we might get people turned off.
All right.
Anyway, now we're going to come to here.
Oh, we're coming here. Organ with a pumping handle. I love these. I've always wanted to go like this, grab the handle and just go.
Right, I just want to say that
Can you hold the camera for a bit?
That pulpit was actually used by the Puritan Samuel Fairclough, whose eloquence drew congregations from far and near for over 30 years. And his successor was John Tillotson, who went on to become Archbishop of Canterbury in 1691.
Oh.
See? So have you finished fiddling with whatever it is you're fiddling with?
You do the camera bit.
I can't do the camera bit and everything else.
Okay, right. We have got incredible tombs here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Who have we got here? Oh, are these Barnardistons? I didn't read.
I believe they are, because you've got the family coat of arms down there.
Yeah.
I am just trying to find out who they are.
Let's have a look at the graffiti. Remember, I want to have that tune, don't I? Remember that? It's Tony Hart. A couple of the walls at the end there look like they've met a nasty end. So have their feet.
Now apparently there's a little something up there that hinges and you've got a piscine in it, but I missed that, so we might go
There
back.
is a piscine, I did see it somewhere. Anyway, okay.
Okay, there.
Look at that. We haven't even talked about food reactions yet. See why this is such a long video? I think this is all going to do because I've got to go to work in a bit.
Yeah.
More graffiti. I love graffiti.
Oh, the Reredos up at the end there that we were looking at when we done the Saxon Cross.
Yeah.
Was painted by a Professor Tristram in 1935.
Wow. That's incredible.
Right, I'm just trying to find. Right, okay.
Right, this fella's got a pillar. And this one looks like it's got a...
These are the Barneston tombs.
Ah.
I cannot. Hello.
Hi.
We're going to be in and out. Yeah,
No problem.
Right.
No problem.
We're just trying to work out who is who. Here. Right.
One of those is Griselda.
Ah, Griselda.
That's her, isn't it? Is that Griselda?
There you go.
Grisella, is it Grisella?
Griselda, something like that.
Well, something like that. Somebody told us.
That's
There
incredible.
was a Mary church, maybe, on somebody said it was a Grisella, I think.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to just try to work out which one is which.
It's incredible. Look at that. The coats of arms have stayed and nobody's sort of taken issue and chiselled them away. But I just love the graffiti. Oh, we've got a 2022 there. Look at that. That's a bit...
It's
a bit naughty.
We've got a helm here. Now that gives me a clue.
A helm? What's that? Oh, yes, like a stag's head thing.
Yeah. So just
Whose
bear
nose is
with
gone?
me.
Wow.
Because there's so many things here.
I just-
Monuments here.
I love it that people have sneaked in the church for centuries and made their mark. 1857. I'd say 1857 was a bit of a year for graffiti, wasn't it?
I don't know.
FD. Look at that. I mean, those who can read Latin, please let me know what that says. Thomas Barnardiston, knight, buried, blah, 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 of something of Dame Elizabeth, his wife, is under this
You wearing
tomb.
armour?
He's got armour, mate. Ding, ding.
Okay. Right, and this is the gentleman who had the daughter called Griselle. Okay, so this is another Sir Thomas.
Okay.
There's a lot of Sir Thomases and
That's
a
a
lot
very
of Lady Elizabeths.
popular name for
He
knights.
died in 1619 and Elizabeth is his wife.
It's just the eyes, look. If we have a hover over, look at that.
Oh gosh, she has got eyes, hasn't she? But look at the detail on her headdress.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All the colour would have been scraped off after, wouldn't it? But
now, I think I've got this wrong actually.
have you?
There's wall figures of children on one of these.
Yes, we saw them praying. I've seen them kneeling here before. What's this tomb on the wall? Now, because that is...
Children there.
The children, will come to them in a minute. Just while we're in here, just have a look at this.
It's so confusing with all these.
This tomb
He's got armour as well.
Incredible. The lady there kneeling, praying. And here lay the body of Grizel Barnardiston from the daughters of blah, blah, blah. From night of the...
I believe, of him.
1609. Oh, the daughter of him over there, over yonder. Right, okay. So let's have a look. Let's just see what it says. Because this is actually in English, which is, you know, we had French as the language of government, Latin for cleristry. But isn't she amazing? Look at that.
But just look at her hair.
Look at the hair. I'm going to get up close and personal with the camera. Sorry, love. There we go. Isn't it gorgeous?
And it looks like that's been painted at some point.
It has. These, because we often say it, don't we, that we know, because they would have been in the fashion of the day. So this is how this person walked around in real life. Yeah. This is absolutely incredible. Right, let's come out. There's a humdinger behind the organ, with a rather ferocious fence around it. Look at them. Hang on, I'm coming, because there's tinware and everything on this one. I'm just going to show you the children on this first tomb, because I think I missed it.
Now, I think that this is the mother and father of Gazelle, who you just saw up there.
Yeah.
And these are the children.
Thomas Barnardiston. And look at the children. I'm just going to move this chair forward a bit.
Are they born children?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one.
There we go. Look at that, look. Worn away, look.
So we've got worn figures of children kneel on one side of the panel, and they've got family arms framed in stone and placed on over an image niche in the wall beyond. There. This
right.
One here, look.
This one here? Oh yes, yeah, I missed that. That is incredible.
It is incredible, isn't it?
I think we've got people coming to the church, Mel. Shall we motor on?
We've got a motor on. There are so many monuments in here. It is very confusing.
And it's an assault on your senses. I mean,
I've got this one here. Do you want to come straight to this one?
Coming through. Watch me.
Because this one is a bit weird, and I've got to find details about it.
This is it. Look, I mean, look at that. Look, medieval paint. And it remains, even on their clothes, look. And this would have annoyed a lot of people in the sort of Puritan times.
This is the monument for Sir Thomas, who died in 1610, and his two wives, which are there.
There's St Thomas.
Now you look at the paint that's on them.
It's gorgeous. It's rare to see. It
stands behind tall iron railings, as you can see, if Paul keeps the camera still, and it rises right up to the roof. And
it does. Look at that metal helmet, metal gauntlets.
Look. And then, of course, you've got the skulls as well.
Skulls are a big theme of this church.
They are. Right. So, his two wives are here. So, Mary and Catherine. The latter is a widow with a veil and a heavy ruff. So, this one here.
Yep, I've got you.
Catherine. That one must be Mary.
Mary, look at that. Very pious. What year?
Well, he died in 1610.
Right.
Okay. Now, there's a little tree that bears shields, decorates the pilaster between them.
Yep, we've got that.
And it's got a full achievement of arms is carved on the top. So up there, but you can't read it.
No.
Thomas' effigy is finally carved on his tomb chest, and he is very finely carved. And much of the original colour survives overall. But the most extraordinary feature is the pseudo coffin.
There we go. I'm going to hover you over because we can.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drop her phone because
I hope not.
Because I'm not going to go in now.
But it protrudes at right angles from the front of the chest, as though the undertakers have got it wrong and they've just going to give up trying to get it to fit.
That is incredible, that, isn't it?
It is absolutely incredible.
And all the arms and everything is on there.
Yeah.
It's an amazing bit of work. Shall we onwards? Look, more Stations of the Cross. They've got all 12 here.
I think we need to get on with the hatchments.
What's the hatchments? Oh, yes, funerary hatchments. Right, walk this way. Hang on. I'll wait for the ministers to get out of the way because she's not being filmed.
No, we'll do not. Right, if you want to stand up here on the north side, from west to east. So that one over
Down
there.
out. Funerary hatchments are those big diamond-shaped things.
Yeah. So they are for Sir Thomas, 1669. Then the next one is Sir Thomas, 1700. Sir Thomas, 1698. Lady Anne, 1671. And Sir Robert, 1728.
Right, and we must go back this side and back down to the bottom because this is incredible. Oh, look, Roman paving.
Right.
It's still here.
From west to east, on the south side. West to east.
Right, west to east. There we go.
I have to keep getting on at him. You can do this as you go down there and then show it.
Nag me later, come on.
Okay. So we've got Lady Anne, 1701. Sir Samuel, 1735. Sophia, Viscountess Wimbledon,
Oh.
1691. I think I pronounced that right. Thomas, 1704. And Nathaniel, 1837.
Right.
Now, just to end this, the church does have a fine ring of 6 bells with an 11 cubic weight tenor.
Blimey, half a ton or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always find that bit surprising that you've got all that weight up in a tower that is hundreds of years old.
Hundreds of years old, made of bits of elm and oak, and any.
Oh,
There's no stone around here, is there? But I found the piscina. Yeah. Oh no, I did.
Arms box.
There's the arms box, the arms, all like that. Right.
And there's the piscina.
There it is, little
Or
piscina.
Water Street, I should say.
Yes.
And there's another memorial up there as well.
It's funny because in the you don't get to holy water in the Anglican church,
No.
but every old church would have had a
Yeah.
water stoop in it, sometimes in the porch.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That, I think, is it.
Right.
It's a very big church. It really is well worth coming over here to see it. They call it, what did he call it? The Westminster Abbey of Suffolk.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so we're going to go out.
We're going to go out
I keep
because
thinking someone's here.
no, there's people want to come in. I think.
Yeah.
Well, let's get out because we're on every time we film a church. We're always on. You know, we're always aware that people want to come in and they don't want to be filmed, and it's fair point. Okay, yeah. Well, last look at a bit of graffiti. We like graffiti. Right, if you like this video, I'm just going to take you out into the churchyard. Please like and subscribe. We're going to, you know, this is our hobby and something that we just like to show people. Wow, we get visitors to this country, go to Westminster Abbey, St Paul's, all these places, Canterbury Cathedral, but the beauty and the magic is in the ordinary churches of England. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.